Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing my interview experience for the data scientist role at eBay that I recently gave, covering everything from core machine learning to cutting edge generative AI. If you are preparing for similar roles or you are just curious about what these tech companies are asking these days, stick around. This one is for you. Starting with round number one, this was 1 hour interview and it was more on the ML side. Properly core ML concepts were discussed. There were questions like what is supervised and unsupervised learning, tell the example, tell the different algorithm that comes under it, different models that are there under it. Can you explain some of them? Which one is your favorite? If you say random forest, can you tell me what is random forest and how is it different from decision tree? And all those kind of questions were deep dived into it. Then the next question was bias variance trade-off, then cross-validation techniques, regularization L1 and L2, feature selection strategies, evaluation metrics from accuracy to FN score and AUC ROC. But it was not just theory. The interview wanted to know how I would apply these in real-world scenarios. So the next question that he came up was some example, like predicting user churn. So how would you predict user churn in an online marketplace like eBay? That was a question that he asked. And I explained how we can frame it as a classification problem, engineer features like user activity, recency, and purchase patterns, and evaluate the performance using precision and recall to reduce the false positives. So these are some of the techniques in a very high level, and you can tell more about it. If there is some project you have done in your past, you can even relate to it and explain more in detail. Now he asked, the follow-ups were like, what if the data is not balanced, it's imbalanced data set. So they also asked that, how would I handle it? So I talked about techniques like smart class weighting and adjusting decision thresholds and all those things. And you can also um, talk about the techniques that you are aware of, and if you have done similar problems in the past, or like loan approval system is one of the very famous uh, project that people keep asking in different interviews. So it's better to prepare these kind of questions before appearing for these companies. Then moving on to round number two. Round two, the second round was more into deep learning and Gen AI, and it was a bit more intense. And the questions were like how transformer work and the concepts like self-attention, multi-head attention, what are they, what is the intuition behind them, the key difference between BERT, GPT, T5. If you have two embeddings in different languages, will they be close, will they be a bit apart, far away from each other? If there are two words like Nike shoes and the other word is Nike jacket. So what will they be close or will they be apart? Because Nike is common, but one is shoe, one is jacket. How will you understand if that is more Nike or that is more towards shoe or jacket? All those kind of discussions happened. Then there were questions like fine tuning versus prompt engineering. What is the difference? What is the pros and cons of both of these? If we fine tune, what may go wrong? If we do prompt engineering, what may we miss? So some things on fine tuning, like if we fine tune, maybe LLM will become more biased to the scene data. In prompt engineering, maybe we won't be able to pass everything in the context, and it may miss the main important context sometimes. Those kind of discussions happened on some examples. Then how embeddings are generated, the technique behind it, and even the models that we have used for embedding. Then retrieval augment generation, RAG, then entire architecture discussion. Then application of LLMs in e-commerce. Then reducing latency in Gen AI pipeline, which is one of the biggest challenges that most of the companies are facing these days. How can you bring the latency to as much down as possible? Even not in range of 2 seconds, can you bring it down to 1 second or immediate response? Then evaluation metrics like blue score, all those things. Then there were also some case study. He gave me a question like, if you are building a Gen AI assistant for eBay customers, how would you handle hallucinations, factual correctness, and latency? So this was a bit fun question because he was also helping in getting the reply back. So I tried explaining like we can use RAG to ground the responses in real product listing. We can use guardrails for factuality tests using retrieval-based re-ranking, and caching strategies can be used to reduce inference time. Overall, this was a discussion, and around this, a lot of things related to technical deep dive. So, if I have to give a final feedback on how the interview was and how you should prepare, so overall, the interview experience at eBay was a blend of classical data science and modern AI systems. It reminded me of my Walmart interview. Both companies are moving very fast in this AI space. And here's my advice if you are preparing for similar roles, get your ML and SAT fundamental very solid and learn how to apply them in business context. And also, if you have some project in your resume, try to tell in a way that how much profit your project brought into business perspective. So that is where it actually makes impact. Doing something which is bringing profit is very much impactful. Then deep dive into LLMs, embeddings, RAG, latency optimization, production related issues and techniques, and then how have you cover up with those things. Then think about design trade-offs, accuracy versus latency, fine-tuning versus prompting, and so on. So there could be a lot of things. If this helped you or if you enjoyed hearing about this experience, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more real-life career journeys, Gen AI breakdowns, and interview preparation content. I will be posting more and more. So stay tuned. And thank you for staying with me till now. Thank you.